Hello to my viewers. Welcome to our YouTube channel Key to Band 8 IELTS. In the lectures that we have already posted, we are talking about what are the types of reading questions, what are the types of questions that are being asked in the reading module. In today's lecture, we will be telling you how to match the headings. Now, what are the basic tricks to match the headings? Now, before giving an example, a brief example about this, I would like to discuss the tips and tricks that what things you should have in your mind while solving this kind of question types. Firstly, we have our number one tip is read the whole paragraph to find the main idea. For this trick, this is my personal trick. Whenever I used to appear an exam, for such kind of questions, I never used to follow I never used to go for the thing that read first two lines or the last two lines. No, I've never done it, because the people who do such kind of things, or they follow this norm to do the answer, to find the answer, they always get the answers wrong. So you should and you must read the whole paragraph. It hardly takes few more seconds to read the whole paragraph. Find the crux of that information. What is the main idea? What is actually what the whole paragraph is telling you? That is, look for the heading, then match the heading. The second comes, pay deep attention to headings that are different. Firstly, let me discuss this, that are different. Whenever you start such kind of questions, you directly jump onto the question part. Read the headings first. What again I would suggest my students, that read the headings first. Read all the headings. See for the headings that are different to each other, mark a D on them. And for the headings that are a bit similar to each other, mark a S. You usually will see that if there are 6 headings, 4 headings will be different and there will be 2 headings that are almost 90% they are similar. You'll mark S and S on both that headings, so that in future when you will be finding answer, you will have a point that yes, this S and S, this similar headings, I need to pay more attention towards it. So this is another key point. Third comes, distinguish between the main idea and the extra information. Whenever you will be reading the passages, always in the passage, that what the writer do, what the examiners do in the whole passage, they will be giving information about one particular thing. Suddenly they'll give a few brief instructions or a brief introduction to another element also, just to confuse the student that what is the crux of this paragraph. So you need to be very particular to find the main idea, that yes, this is the main idea of this paragraph. This one single line doesn't make any difference. This is the extra information that has been given to you. So students has to be really particular and really clear that yes, this is the main idea. What I have told you in the first point also, that go for the main idea of the paragraph, not about what the extra information is telling you, and you opt for that heading, that yes, in this paragraph this can be the heading because this single line has been given. Now next trick comes future tense. This is a very simple thing. Let me first explain you this. Future tense used in headings will be the last paragraph. Now, for the headings that have future tense, the heading has a future tense in it. So it's very easy, and some of the students don't know this trick. If there is a future tense in the heading, you should definitely directly go to the last 2 paragraphs of the passage, because that is where you will get your answers. Usually in the last paragraphs of the passage, it is given, future predictions are given, and the forecast word is always there. These words tells you about the future, and that future tense is already given in the heading. So this is how you can connect to it. and this will directly say, this is surely save your time. This will surely save your time. The next tip is, do not try to match words. Now what people do, or the people in the academies are being taught, is match the words. Look for the similar words that are available in the passage. This is also a trick that should not be used. You should see the words, look for the synonyms, try to match, but don't rely on this particular thing, that this word is matching there and this passage will be the heading. This passage has should be marked as heading for number 2 because this word is available in heading 2. No, do not do this. Next comes, not all headings might be used. This is a very simple thing. This is also given in the instruction as well, that when on the above of the question there is written that all the headings will not be used, so you need to be clear. Extra headings are also given to you because it's just simple to confuse the student. As I've already told you, mark an S for the similar headings and mark a D for the different headings, so that you have an overview in your mind, that for when you are searching for the headings, you do not confuse yourself, or you do not waste your time reading all the headings again and again. So now we'll discuss this type of questions with an example. So now here we are with another example of reading match the heading questions. Firstly, I would like to ask everyone to read the instructions carefully. First says, reading passage 1 have 5 sections A to E. Choose the correct heading for each section from the list of headings given below. So as I have already told you in the previous section, that we need to read the headings first before jumping to read the passage itself. Now firstly, read another instructions that have been given on the above of the question. Write the correct number 1 to 8 in the boxes 1 to 4 on your answer sheet. If you can see down, there's an example has already been marked for your help, like section B has been marked as number 1. So we can read this option, but we will not look further when we will be finding answers for the other passage, other paragraphs. We will skip this information. First says, dramatic effect can result from small changes in traffic just as in nature. So they are telling something about that is already been given in the B part, that the dramatic effects can result from small changes in traffic, like simultaneously. As in nature means simultaneously it happens. It's like in nature that simultaneously this situation has arisen, and dramatically it affects the result in traffic. So another second is, how a maths experiment actually reduced traffic congestion. So I would like to mark here. I'll mark here with an pen. How a maths experiment actually reduced traffic congestion. So this is the first thing. Two key points we'll mark from this heading. This heading says there is a link between maths experiment and something that has reduced traffic congestion. Third says, a concept from one field of study was applied in another. Now if you see a concept from one field of study, another. Now if you see in the second and the third, I feel that there is some kind of similarity that is coming, that on the above thing maths was related and experiment was related into another field of traffic. So can you get my point? In the third also it is given how a concept of one field of study, similarly just like maths, it was applied in another traffic congestion. So I'll mark an S for these two both options. I'm sorry, my S was a bigger one. I'll mark over here in another study and an S. So so that I have an idea that these two are same, and I need to look whenever I'll get something related to two studies. I'll look for these options. Now the fourth says a lack of investment in drivers training. This is a completely different information. So there's a training kind of given for the drivers, as this passage is about traffic, I guess. So it will be like the training to the driver. There will be a talk about training. Now the fifth is areas of doubt and disagreements between experts. Now a disagreement. Similarly, two things were there within a similar kind of options. Now but the fifth says a doubt and a disagreement. Doubt and disagreement. Let me mark it again. Yes. Now the sixth one was how different countries have dealt with traffic congestion. It's a completely different thing. Some countries will be given information regarding the companies and how they are dealing with their traffic congestion problem. Seventh is the impact of drivers' behavior on traffic speed. Another different thing, another different article. These kind of headings, if the information is given, if the passage says about something about the impact of drivers behavior on traffic speed, we will opt for this heading. Now the eighth is a proposal to take control away from the driver. Now a proposal means we are giving something, we are inviting a proposal, I must say a new thing to take control away from the driver. Now in here we are not looking for the driver, we are giving a control to some other person or an authority for to control maybe whatever will be there in the passage. So now let's move towards the paragraph and we will skip part B, but we will read A, C, D and E paragraphs. Now the heading is the physics of traffic behavior, as we have already predicted from the options itself. Some years ago, when several theoretical physicists, principally Dirk Helbing and Boris Kerner of Stuttgart, Germany, began publishing papers on traffic flow in publications normally read by traffic engineers. So they are telling about these two people. They are from Germany. They used to publish something about traffic in the paper, were read by traffic engineers. So there are two kind of things we are talking about. The people, the physicists, are writing something in the paper and they are read by the traffic engineers. They were clearly working outside their usual sphere of investigation. Obviously physicists usually never do such kind of studies, but they are doing this research about traffic. Now next is, they had noticed that if they simulated the movement of vehicles on highway using the equation that describes how the molecules of gas move, some very strange results emerged. So now another study, an equation. They are talking about an equation. If we see, firstly I would like to mark two different things that are being here, like what I used to do in my exam. We are talking about the physicist, we are talking about the traffic engineers. They are using an equation, right? So mark such keywords when you are doing your exams. Now they have realized some strange results, right? So we should mark this also, strange results. Now next, of course, vehicles. So usually other people say you should mark the heading by reading the first two lines and the last two lines, but I believe no, you should not do it. It doesn't take a long time to read and understand what the passage is telling. So you should mark key points just like I'm doing here, and then you should opt for a right option. The next is, of course, vehicles do not behave exactly like gas molecules. For example, drivers try to avoid collisions by slowing down when they get near to each other. If some of the people who are reading this doesn't know how the molecule of gas works. What the molecules of gas do, they keep on traveling. When they hit some other molecule, they reverse their direction, like they go backward or they move to another direction. So this is a kind of theory that I too as a person doesn't feel like that it can help in traffic, in a term like traffic, because obviously they are now explaining it that try to avoid collisions by slowing down when they get too near to another vehicle, whereas gas molecules have no such concern. Like gas molecules keep on hitting each other. However, physicists modified the equation to take difference into account. I'm sorry. Difference into account, and the overall description of traffic as a flowing gas has proved to be a very good one. The moving gas model of traffic reproduces many phenomena seen in real life world. So I believe they have some of the physicists have modified the equation and they have taken the difference into the account, like the difference that the gas molecule theory cannot be applied because obviously the drivers stop when they come near to other vehicle, but the gas molecules have no such concern, they keep on hitting each other. So they say overall description of traffic as a flowing gas has proved to be very good one, but they feel if the traffic is moving at an equal pace, it has proved to be a very good one, because yes, just like gas molecules, they keep on moving with their own speed. The moving gas model of traffic reproduces many phenomena seen in real world traffic. So this is a kind of half information, so we should now read another one, the strangest. Now in exam there are some times when some of the things are left half, just to confuse the reader. Now next is the strangest thing that comes out of these equation, however, was implication that congestion can arise completely spontaneously, no external causes are necessary. So the other strange thing from the equation that has been come, that if the molecules, like just like the gas molecules are moving at their own pace, they are saying that that in the if you read it from here, like let me zoom in. Flowing gas has proved to be very good one. The moving gas model of traffic reproduces many phenomena seen in the real world. Let me mark you from where I was reading. I'm reading here. So they say the strangest thing. Now many phenomena seen in the real life, same thing has been discussed in the other passage as well. The strangest thing that come out of these equation, however, was implication the congestion can arise completely spontaneously. There is no single reason that what will happen and then the there will be traffic on the roads. They say it happens spontaneously and no external causes are necessary. So now what above, like here they were in this paragraph, they were talking that if the gas molecules hit each other, then there will be traffic. If the speed will be slow, then there can be traffic. So this was a kind of confusing information, but now they say no external causes are necessary. So this means that this whole thing of traffic congestion is not of any knowledge. They have come to a result that no external causes are necessary. So the next comes, vehicles can be flowing freely along at a density still well below what the road can handle, and then suddenly gel into a slow moving ose. Under the right brief conditions, a brief and local fluctuation in the speed or the distance between the vehicle is all it triggers a system wide breakdown that persists for hours. In fact, the physicist analysis suggested some spontaneous breakdowns in traffic flow probably occur quite frequently on highways. Now, what I believe, this information was again about how under the right conditions, local fluctuation of the speed. So what I believe that we should jump to the areas that we should read. Now we should read the headings and then decide what can be there. Read from the above, as sometimes they are in an order, but yes, headings are never in an order. But I would say for the first paragraph you should start from the top. How a maths experiment actually reduced traffic. There was no maths experiment given, but yes, there was a study. Now if we see the third part, how a concept from one field of study was applied in another. This can be the answer for this, what I believe. But let's jump again to the third part. Fourth section, a lack of investment in drivers training. No, there's nothing was talked. Area of doubt and disagreements between. No, doubts and disagreements were there, but no disagreements were there, but doubts were there. How different countries. No, this is not. The impact of driver behavior. No, that was not at all talked. A proposal to take control. No, this was also not talked. So we are just left with two options, that is second and third. Now we need to settle down between the two. How a maths experiment actually reduced traffic congestion. So let's again see if in the end of the paragraph there was told that it has slowed down, like it has already been given, how a maths experiment actually reduced traffic congestion. So let's read it again. Under the right conditions, a brief or local fluctuation in the speed or the distance between vehicles, it is all it triggers. The system persists for hours. In fact, the physicists have suggested such spontaneous breakdowns in traffic flow probably occur quite frequently on highways. So I believe that let me see if the answers to the answer, how the concept of one study was applied. This is the answer. So the answer is third. So again we are there with an answer. We should see the answer is third one. The concept of one study, that is the physicist, the study of equations have been applied by the physicist in the traffic field. So the answer here is for A is the study. 1, 2 and third, right? So we are discussing about the study. Two studies were taught in the first paragraph, and we have opted for that because in the part that I have already circled is of no use over here, that we do not need. In the first 5 lines they have made us a little clear, but in the other passage the other information in the passage is just confusing us. They are not actually giving us the proper information. But yes, through reading the whole paragraph we have come to know that the main crux of this paragraph was about the two passages, the two theories, two people of different fields are telling us this thing. Now we need to skip the B part. We are doing now let's read the C section. The physicists have challenged proposals. Let me zoom it for you guys. The physicists have challenged proposals to set a maximum capacity for vehicles on highways. They argue that it may not be enough simply to limit the rate at which vehicles are allowed to enter a highway. So they are telling us about the number of vehicles that are allowed to enter a highway. The physicists, firstly, they are telling have challenged proposal to set a maximum capacity for vehicles. Like they are telling that we should mark they have challenged proposal. Like some of the people must have said that this number of vehicles can be on road, but the physicists have challenged that there should be a proper number of vehicles, like how many cars, how number of cars, what number of trucks, what number of huge vehicles should be allowed on highway. They argue that it may not be enough simply to limit the rate at which vehicles are allowed to enter a highway. Rather, it may be necessary to time each vehicle's entry. Now, so what I've already read the half of the information, but they are saying not to limit the number of vehicles that are allowed on the highway, but they are saying that the time should be there. there should be a particular certain number of time hours for every type of vehicles, right? On to the so let's start reading. Let me mark from where I'm reading. Read it from here. Onto a highway precisely to coincide with the temporary drop in the density of vehicles along the road. Now from this word, temporary drop in the density, what is density? Density is how much the land a vehicle is taking. Density is about how many vehicles are there on the road. So they say there will be a temporary drop, right? If there are cars, only the cars are taking they are only the cars are seen on the vehicle on the roads. But if there are trucks, obviously the density is more, the trucks will be less, but the road will be fully occupied. The trucks will take all the space available on the road, so the density will be more. The next comes, the aim of doing this would be smooth out any possible fluctuation in the road conditions that can excuse me. Now let me read it from here. I'm reading from here. The aim of doing this would be smooth out. Smooth out means this is the solution. This is the solution, possible solution they are looking for. Any possible fluctuations in the road condition that can trigger a change in traffic behavior and result in congestion. So they say the aim of doing this would be to smooth out any possible. They are looking for any possible results, that some kind of changes that can result in congestion or less congestion, means road conditions that can trigger a change in traffic behavior and result in congestion. They are looking for the options that can actually bring changes in traffic behavior and the congestion. So they further suggest that preventing breakdowns in the flow of traffic could ultimately require implementing the radical idea that has been suggested from time to time, directly regulating the speed and spacing of individuals' car along a highway with central computers and sensors that communicate with each car's engines and brake control. So now in the end they are telling that they are implementing a radical idea that has been suggested from time to time, directly regulating the speed. Now they are regulating the speed and the spacing of the individual cars on the highway with central computers and sensors that communicate with each car's engine and brake controls. Now in this they were all the crux of this passage was they were talking about the vehicles on the highway. They were telling about at which rate they should enter, what time they should enter, how many numbers. Then they talked about the density. Now they are talking about that there should be computers and sensors to communicate with each car's engine and brake controls. So there was no one fixed thing that they were talking about. So now we will look for the headings to find an appropriate answer. So we have opted for the third. We will read another second one. How a maths experiment? No, there was no maths experiment talked about. A lack of investment? No, there was no such kind of areas of doubt and disagreement. No, there was experts were telling us, but there was no disagreements they were talking. How different countries? No, this was also not there. The impact of drivers' behavior on traffic speed? There was traffic speed. We have talked about traffic speed, but there was nothing like that. A proposal to take control away from the driver. Now I feel this can be the answer, because they are trying to control the traffic through sensors and computers. Like if we see, let me mark, through computers and sensors they want to communicate with each car's engine and brake controls. This was the thing. And in the above, if we see, they were just talking about what time the car should enter, but such things are not at all given. They are just aiming that how many vehicles should be there. but we are not left with any kind of such options, we are not given with such options, so we can opt for this. For C paragraph we should give it a heading of 8th, 1, 2 and 3. So let me do this, 1, 2 and 3. So now let's move, as you've been already told that look for the what I believe that you should always go for the crux, what the whole paragraph is telling you, and you should see what are the extra information and what is the main idea of the paragraph. Now in the D paragraph, however, research in traffic control is generally centralized in civil engineering department, and here the theories of physicists have been greeted with some skepticism. Now they are telling in this paragraph, research into traffic control is generally centralized. Now they are telling about the civil engineer department that they used to do, and here the theories of physicists have been greeted with some skepticism. Now they are talking about another field of people, that are physicists. Now they are talking about two different field peoples, like civil engineers and the physicist. Now let's read, because I feel this can be the answer, but let me complete the passage and then we'll jump over the headings. Civil engineers favor a practical approach to problems and believe traffic congestion is a result of poor road construction. Civil engineers believe that let me give a headings like mark civil engineers, we have physicists, civil engineers say poor road constructions, right? Now which constricts the flow of traffic? Engineers now have questioned how well the physicist theory results. Engineers questioned how well the physicist theoretical results relate to traffic in the real world. Indeed, some engineering researchers questioned. Now again, I should mark this. Some engineers and researchers questioned whether elaborate chaos theory interpretations are needed at all. Be similar. Now they are cross questioning their theories. They are targeting that yes, you might be wrong, or what was your theory about of the traffic phenomena the physicist theories predicted seem to be similar to the observation that has been appearing in traffic engineering literature under other names for years. Observation that straightforward cause and effect for effect explanations. Now let's jump to the headings. We are here given about the two theories and what I feel like look for the options. Now if we see the second one, how a maths experiment, no, this is not the we are talking about. Third we have already marked. Now let's see for the fourth one, a lack of investment, no, this is also not we are talking about. Fifth, areas of doubts and disagreements between the experts. Now let us see that yes, it can be an answer because experts are there, and their doubts and disagreements are also there with each other's theory. Now the other is how different countries have dealt with, no, they are not talking about. The impact of drivers behavior, no, they are not. Eighth we have already marked, so we are left with only one option, that is fifth, that yes, areas of doubts and disagreements. There were disagreements and there was also doubts about each other's theory. If we mark again, so a problem, now I am marking it a approach to problems and believe traffic congestion. Practical approach, now they are favoring practical approach. Now the other thing, poor results in what the approach of civil engineers, what they believed in road construction. Rather, engineers questioned how well physicist theoretical results relate to traffic in the real world. Now they are telling that engineers have questioned that physicist theoretical results relate to traffic in the real world. In some of the information is not given, but yes, they are telling that whatever they have written theoretically can how they are relating it with the traffic in the real world. Indeed, some engineering research questioned whether elaborate chaos theory interpretations are needed at all, since at least some of the traffic phenomena. This is a very confusing part, so I must say that you should skip this information, rather opt for that option, because that is the only thing we will be doing, we are left with. The E says James Bank, a professor of civil and environmental engineering at San Diego State University in the US, suggested that a sudden slowdown in traffic may have less to do with chaos theory with the driver's psychology. Now, driver's psychology, let us mark with this. We are given with the two key points: chaos theory, driver's psychology, here they are talking about that the traffic can the sudden the US suggested that a sudden slowdown in traffic may have less to do with chaos theory than with the driver's psychology. As traffic gets heavier and the passing lane gets more crowded, aggressive drivers, again they are talking about the drivers, aggressive drivers move to other lanes to try to pass, which also tends to even out the speed between the lanes. Again, how some of the drivers who are aggressive in nature, when they want to pass a lane or they want to overtake other person, how they hamper the speed between the lanes. He also felt that another leveling force is that when a driver in the last lane brakes a little to maintain a safer distance. Now they are saying that in the last lane, or when a person applies a few in the fast lane, he brakes a little to maintain a distance between the other vehicle, but this wave of shock travels back much more rapidly than it would take in other slower lanes. Obviously, in the fast lane it will be very very fast and very quick, but in the slower lane it will be a minimum, and it will also not go till back, because each following drivers has to react more quickly. Consequently, as a road become congested, the faster moving traffic is the first to slow down. So here I believe they're just talking about the driver's psychology, how the mindset of the driver leads to changes in the traffic. So we will look for the options to the where we were talking about the driver. So we will look for 7th, the impact of driver's behavior. So this can be the answer, and the others are not at all going with the passage. As if we read 4th one, the lack of investment in driver training, they are not talking about any driver training, they have not talked a word about it, but they are talking about the impact of drivers behavior in traffic speed, this one. So we will mark 7th one. So that was for today. Kindly like and subscribe to our channel, and for more videos do in the comment section do ask us about any inquiries. Thank you for today. Bye.